Hey team, Jeremy here. I just wanted to take a few minutes to walk you through an important update as to how we're going to be handling our permitting process in the very near future. There's still a lot of work to be done before this new system goes live, as we need your permission, or your participation rather, to troubleshoot a few things. Now, why do we have this change? Now, we've all seen how much time can be lost, sometimes weeks, when permitting submissions are missing information or requirement changes have been made that we were not informed about until after we've already submitted all of the documentation. Now, these delays affect our customers, our schedules, and our sanity, and that's why I've been working on developing a new consolidated permitting form. Now, this single, easy-to-use form was designed to collect everything we could possibly need up front. It minimizes the back and forth, missed emails, comments on Microsoft Teams, and guesswork. But more importantly, it helps us get permits faster, and that means happier customers and money in your pockets faster. What's the difference? Well, you're going to notice that this form asks for a lot more detailed information than before, and that's very intentional. Municipalities have varying requirements, and they're not always communicated clearly or consistently. By gathering the full scope of what might ever be needed, we give our permitting staff everything that they will need from the start. No need to come back to you later for more. Now, even better, you won't have to submit anything through Sign Now or chase down customer signatures. The permitting team will handle all of that once your form is submitted. Now, let's take a look at the first draft of the new permitting form together. All right, so here is the top section of the form. I'll dress this up, change the colors, put our logo, all that good stuff on there. But for now, it is just strictly functional. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is choose your municipality. So, for example, if I want a permit in Baldwin County, I'm going to select Baldwin County. And when I do so, a section opens up down below that is specific to Baldwin County. This is information that I had acquired for every single jurisdiction, and every jurisdiction has its own unique section that will only open up if you select that section. So see, that's Bay County, here's Baldwin County. Now, what you're going to see here is that you have a link to the proper property appraiser website, also the GIS website, so that you can get zoning, or you can check if it's in city limits or county permitting. And then also, this is the really cool part, is that you have a plot plan template for Structure Studios that is specific to Baldwin County. And you're going to have a specific plot plan template for Structure Studios for every single municipality. Meaning, you download this, you put it in your Structure Studios account, and then you will just add it to your library and then search for permitting Baldwin County, and it will populate. And I'll show you an example of what that looks like shortly. It takes the guesswork out of it. It makes sure you're not going to forget anything that is critical for that permitting process in that particular municipality. Also, what you have is the setbacks that I pulled right off of the tool in Ardovia. So, and as we get more information that might be relevant to a specific county or city or township, we'll go ahead and add it in that unique section. Now, as you scroll down, you're going to see that you have customer information, name, address, phone number, email. All of these are required fields: property information, parcel ID, lot, the block, the subdivision, property size in acres. All of this information, especially things like property size, that's all gathered on property assessment or the property appraiser websites. And that's why I've included those links. This is all supposed to be a one-stop shop where you don't have to worry about saving the proper bookmarks on your browsers, et cetera, et cetera. Is this a waterfront property? Legal description of the property, flood zone. Is this a corner lot? You're going to see some random things like, is this a corner lot? Doesn't matter for a lot of municipalities, but for a lot of municipalities it does. But once again, we're asking you to fill out more information than you're typically used to filling out, because as, like, let's say a permitting jurisdiction changes their requirements. Well, it's not going to matter, because we're going to have the information, because we're not submitting the minimum, we're collecting the maximum information, submitting what we believe is needed, and then if they come back for more, the permitting staff will already have it because you've already submitted that information. Now, utilities, water system. So there is some logic built into this. So if you hit city, it's going to open up this field that says, what is the water system? Who is the water system provider? I know this is a lot of information that you're not used to getting, but it is required in some municipalities. What you need to do is get used to asking permitting, well, like if I put well system, then it doesn't populate that additional field. But city, we often need to know who the water system provider is. Ask your customers when you're getting the contract signed. Okay, say, hey, we've got your contract signed. Here's some other information that we need from you for permitting. Go ahead and get that to us as soon as possible. Waste management. If it's city, then what is the sewer system? Who is the sewer system provider, right? So if it's septic, what is the septic tank permit number? Now, once again, I understand that some of this stuff is hard to get, but if you absolutely can't find it, just put in, NA in here. But putting in NA does not mean that we don't need it. It's probably better for you to go find it, because what we don't want is you to submit something and then have the permitting staff have to come back to you for more. So if you don't have it, stop, talk to the customer, get the information that you need, and then move forward from there. Stormwater management. So house square footage, driveway square footage, walkways, existing patios and decks, other structures, equipment pads, proposed additions, which would be like the pool equipment, pool, new hardscapes, et cetera, et cetera. If you put in numbers here, so for example, if I put in 1,000 square feet, and what it's going to do actually, it's going to pull the number from your acreage that you added above. So if you look right here, hold on one second. Let's say if we say this is 0.53 acres. Okay, I already have a conversion calculator built in to where it's going to grab the property dimensions and calculate everything for you. So now that we have the acreage up top, you put the house square footage, and let's say driveway, and let's say walkways will total 300, and let's say existing patios and decks, that are already existing, let's say, 400, and let's say other structures like a shed, let's say 100 equipment pads, and that would be AC units, generators, et cetera, et cetera. Add all that together, and then we'll say, 12 square feet. And then proposed additions, maybe we're adding 1,230 square feet. So then you see here, your proposed ISR based on the acreage that we put above is 15%. So that's where we're going to get that information. So then you go down further, is this property in a flood zone? Yes or no? Okay. What type of flood zone, or what type of flood zone is it in? Now, I'm going to go back and delete the ones that just don't exist in our region, because I'm pretty sure that there's flood zones listed here that don't exist in our region. I just need to do that research. And for now, I put every possible flood zone you can come across. Will the pool be located at least 30 feet from water? Yes or no? Okay. And upload a CAD file. So there are some municipalities that if we need stormwater at all, we need a CAD file of your design, and you can export your CAD file and put it right in here, and that will go to the permitting staff. Now, project information, project description, installation of gunite swimming pool with decking or without decking, fiberglass with decking or without decking. Decking, installation of paver pool deck, installation of concrete pool deck. Southern Poolscapes is not installing a pool deck. Project valuation, this is the contract price. Pool dimensions, so you're going to have width and length, and then you're going to have pool depth, and then you're going to have pool area. This is going to be square footage. Your setbacks, okay, distance from the water to the house, water to the right side property line, water to the left property line, water to the rear or to the back property line. And then sometimes municipalities want to the front as well. So we're just going to put that in. Now, barrier/safety requirements. A little spelling error I'll fix there. Select all that apply. So you guys are aware of this. Now remember, we often have to select more than one. Now, additional details. Will a retention wall be built? Fencing. Is there existing fencing, or is there going to be future fencing? Once again, there's a couple municipalities that require this information. Will an electric heat pump be used? Additional documents needed if required for your specific municipality. Now, uploading a plot plan, that is a required field, but the other three are not required, because I fully understand that you're not going to need them for a lot of things. But if you need a plot plan, you put it here. Down here, there's some notes. You should provide 3 views: the full view, a partially zoomed view, and a fully zoomed view. And I would prefer that you combine all the PDFs into one document, so you could just drop one document in here. And I would use this document joiner, which I use almost every single day. Just use this hyperlink to go to a PDF joiner that's browser based. It takes just a couple seconds. It combines the documents, and then you can drop one single document in. Plot plans with survey overlays. Add cut sheets if you need to. Add supporting documents here if you need to. Now, what's next? Once you submit all the information requested on this form, and there's some spelling errors I'll fix here, our permitting staff will use that information to fill out all permitting documentation on your behalf and collect customer signatures on your behalf. The form must be filled out completely, even if you believe some information is not needed. This process is aimed to eliminate lengthy delays as a result of not having the proper information. No applications will be submitted for approval unless the form is completed. Now, down here, if you have any changes or any corrections, you want to put them here, because if I'm going to make these changes, you can't email them to me because they're going to get buried in other emails. Don't put it on Teams because it's going to get buried behind other things. Put them here, and this will come to me in a consolidated format. So once again, based on certain things that you select, there are things that are hidden that will only populate and open up if you select the correct answer. So as I build this out more, I will streamline it to where you don't have to fill out as much things that you don't need. But for now, we're going to collect an exhaustive list of things that are needed for pretty much any permitting situation. And then all of the documents will be filled out for you, and they will be uploaded to Sign Now, and we will get your signatures for you. Now, this is not live yet. All we're doing is asking for your participation to look over this, give me some corrections, give me some feedback, and then I will make them, and then soon we will be able to go live. All right, let's see if I can show you quickly how you're going to use the templates for the permitting process. So what you have here is a group of text boxes and a few other things. So if we go through permitting basics, this one is like the bare minimum of what we typically need in a plot plan. So as far as to my understanding, right? So this is what I've included. Now, if you look at this, all you have to do is drop the template into any design, and then you ungroup it, and then you move the things around to where you want, and then add the call out as needed. In this case, obviously I wouldn't need to call out there. This would go right in the middle of the pool. But like, say, if I wanted to call out the paver deck, I can go ahead and, just use my typical tools to call that out, right? So all you have to do is ungroup the template. But let me show you how to get the templates in the first place. So what I'm going to do is group all this again, because this is the format that you're going to get your permitting templates. Now, if you look over here, I've created a section for specific to Crestview projects. This is just the Crestview one that I've already put together. So your template's going to look more like this, because I will group all that together just like so. Okay, now what we're going to do is make a template for permitting basics. And permitting basics is going to be enough information for a lot of municipalities. And of course, that will be the template that I link to that section in the form, right? So right now I have permitting basics in there. What I'm going to do is add this to my library. So if I open up my library and I go down to the lower left-hand corner, I'm going to save to library. Then what's going to happen is you're going to get this view pop up. And I'm going to show you where I'm putting my stuff. So you have options. You can really put it anywhere. It really doesn't matter where you put them unless you're really trying to keep track of them. Because all you have to really do is go up here to the search menu and then type in permitting, dash Crestview or permitting basics, and then it's just going to auto-populate, and then you just dump it in. But what I'm doing is I'm organizing mine because I'm going to have a lot of different templates. So I decided to put mine under items and under accessories, and then instead of doing my groups, what I want to do is delete that and create a permitting folder. So I'm just going to do this and create a permitting folder, and then I'm going to title this permitting plot plan and then dash basics. All right, cool. Now I'm just going to save it. Okay, so now you look over here, it created a folder for permitting, and then that when I drop that folder down, it's going to say permitting plot plan basics. So now I don't really need to go looking for it, because all I have to do is come up here and type in permitting, and then I can open that folder up, and it's going to have anything in there. Now, remember, I did say that I'm going to make a specific template for each municipality. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add permitting basics to the Crestview specific stuff. I'm going to group all that together, and it all has to be grouped together. I'm going to select it, save to library. Now this is going to pop up. I'm going to go to items, accessories, and then hit this drop-down menu, and it has saved my permitting folder. So I'm going to hit permitting. And then I'm going to label this permitting plot plan Crestview. Enter. Good. Now I've got that one. So as I do more templates, basically the municipal specific sections are going to be down at the bottom, and then everything else is going to be at the top. So you can see this section here is separated to where you can pull these out because these are other call outs that you need to add to Crestview jobs, right? Those are things that are specific to Crestview. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to group that up and then put it aside. All right, now the question is how do you import an existing template from the form? So what you're going to do, so let's take a look at that now. So we are back to the form and I selected Destin and because I know I completed the Destin template. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to click that Destin template and it says can't load this file type. And they're right, you can't load that file type here. I'm not looking to load it, I'm looking to download it. So I'm going to download that file type. It's going to go straight to my downloads folder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go leave there. And I'm going to go back to Structure Studios. When I'm back into Structure Studios, I'm going to go up to the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to select that icon, and the drop-down menu opens up, and I'm going to hit Import, or I'm going to hover over Import, and then I'm going to select My Content. Now, what I'm going to do here is go to my Downloads folder because that's where I just saved the Downloads template or the template for the Destin plot plans. So I'm going to select that and then this box will open up and I need to choose where to put it. So I'm going to open up templates, open up items, open up accessories, and then I'm going to make sure that the permits is selected, not user settings, nothing else, just this stream right here. I want to get down to the permits folder in my library and I'm going to hit OK. Now you're going to get some other things that are going to pop up. It says the content package was successfully imported. Awesome. Now if I go back to my library, let's see if it's there. So accessories, permitting, and yes, I've got it. Basics, I've got Crestview, and I have Destin. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my names to make sure that this says basics in the front. Right here, I'm going to say basics in the front instead of basics in the back so that when I save it, there we go, you're going to see basics up here. And just like this one, I want to make sure I'm seeing Crestview first so that if needed, I can easily see, once again, I can easily see which one I need instead of it being hidden from view. So that's just my preference. Of course, you guys can name these files whatever you want, but I just realized that if I don't put the city or the county up in the front of the name, then it's not easily seen when I'm looking for stuff. But typically what I would do, because you're going to have a whole bunch of templates, I would just come in here and I would say, type in Destin. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give me the template here. I drop it in. And the first thing I want to do is ungroup it. And now I can move everything that I want wherever I want. Now this one's going to have a little checklist specific to Destin, Florida. Show all decking measurements. Destin only uses decking in ISR, not the pool or spa. So when you're doing your ISR calculations in the form, you will not need to put the pool square footage in there. So you would skip that part. This is why you need to look at the information before you really start filling out the form. And I'll put this information specifically in the form as well so that you don't have to go looking for it. So I'm going to help you guys out as much as I possibly can. But in addition to the basics up in here, let's get rid of this guy. So I'm going to delete that. In addition to the permitting basics, I also need to do call outs for these items right here. So I have the option to grab these and do call out arrows and then just place them wherever I want in my plot plan and then get ready to print it. So that is how you're going to grab the templates from the form, upload them into your library, save them appropriately so that you always have them available. All right, so we're back to the form itself, and once you get all those templates put into Structure Studios, you'll never have to do that again. So what I would recommend is, as I update these templates in this form, go ahead and just come in here, select different municipalities, and then go ahead and grab the template. Now, if there's no hyperlink, then that means I haven't done the template yet, and I will do it. Now, here's a request that I have for you. I need to build out very specific templates in Sign Now for every municipality, and it will take a long time for me to do. But what I want to do is prioritize the municipalities that you are currently needing to permit in. So I'm going to start from A to Z. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order to start. But what I'm asking you to do is I am asking you to tell me where you just sold a job. And when you tell me where you just sold a job and where you need to permit, I will skip out of order if needed to go ahead and get that template put together for you so that it is ready within, I would say, if you give me 1 day, if you hold off on permitting for 1 day, then I will get it done for you. Or when I get it done, I will just go ahead and text you. So it might not be 1 day if I'm already sitting at my desk. So that's my request to you. I want to make these Sign Now templates. You'll never see them, you'll never use them, but this is what's going to make things super streamlined on the back end so that we don't, like, anybody that's running permits for you will not have to go back to you for more information. So that's my first request. Now, as I go down, so let's say I've got Defuniak Springs. I don't have a template in here. I'll get it in. Here's my setbacks. Here's the appraiser websites where you can get critical information that you're going to enter in here. Customer information, property information, utilities, stormwater management, et cetera, et cetera. Now, CAD file for stormwater, project description, decking, project valuation, et cetera, et cetera. You go all the way down, and then you're going to add your plot plans. Now, earlier in this video, I did ask you to combine all your plot plans into a single document. I'm going to show you how to do that, because what I don't want is a bunch of documents flying all over the place. That makes it extremely difficult to manage. So I've been combining my documents for my customers, for permitting, for everything for 2 years now. It's extremely easy. Let me show you how to do it. So if I go over here, I have it already linked. So this is called PDF Joiner. It's just a free browser. All you need is this, and I've already put this in the form for you. It's down at the bottom where you would upload documents. You can get this URL. Get that URL, bookmark it so it's on your toolbar. All you have to do is open up your files, and then let's say if I had 5 files that I want to combine, I just pull those 5 files in to this joiner, and then what it's going to do is, whoops, hold on, let me get it again. So if I go like this, if I drag that one, we're good. Those other ones weren't actually downloaded. So all I have to do is drag whatever documents I want in here. And that's what I mean. Like when you're doing 3 versions of the plot plan, because you need zoomed in versions, you want to drop all the versions in here and then just join the file. Obviously, these aren't all plot plans. That's not the point. But then now I can open this up, and now all of these documents are now into one document. Now they're already in your download folder. So if you go back to the form, actually, let's go to the browser version. So now all you have to do is open up your downloads folder, and it's already there. So this is the thing that I just combined. So I would drag that in, drop it in, and then we're good to go. So it's 8 megabytes. I increased the capacity on all of these to a full gigabyte. You can put massive files in here. You don't need that much room. But now that document is in there. Now you can do them separately if you want, but I find that it's a lot easier for everybody if you do them in one document. But listen, if you can't figure it out, you can go ahead and just grab each plot plan separately, and you can put them in here just like this, assuming these are all plot plans. If you put the wrong one in, you can just delete it and then move on. All right, so once you submit everything, it's gonna come to me, and then I will take that information, I will put it in the Sign Now template that I make, and then I will send it off to your customer for signature. Those documents are gonna come back to permitting at krreps.com, the permitting emails that we use. And whoever is running permits will go ahead and get that information and get it started with whatever municipality we're working with. So it will get submitted for you. So during this trial process, all you have to do is fill out the form. I will go ahead and create the Sign Now templates based on the jobs that you are permitting. You just have to let me know. So before, like as soon as you sell a job, before you even fill out the form, let me know which municipality you need worked on, and I will start getting the Sign Now template done. You're never going to see the Sign Now templates. That's something that happens on the back end, but at least we won't lose any time. So I would appreciate your help in that regard. And as you're using the templates, if you have any problems with it, please let me know, because it's very easy for me to fix it. I just need your input. I need your participation. This really needs to be a team exercise here, so that we all can kind of grow together and make sure that we're getting our customers what they need faster. And at the end of the day, we're getting paid faster because we're not losing any time in permitting. So it's really a pleasure to help you guys with this, and I just ask that you help me in return. I look forward to your feedback, and we'll talk to you really soon.